لك دوما قريب.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. The tongue, a small piece of flesh that doesn't weigh much, but one that may have a devastating impact. Muslim scholars have said that perhaps over 30 vices have been linked to the tongue. Hence perhaps the reason why it's caged inside the mouth with the lips and the teeth protecting it. In the holy month of Ramadan, we tend to limit talking due to, for example, tiredness or thirst, or indeed the fact that we need to practice the fast of our senses. You'll find people perhaps restricting the usage of this blessed creation of God during this blessed month. Besides the well-known sins such as lying and backbiting, here are 3 things we need to remember to stop doing in this month and after this month, illustrated each with a story. First, about 150 years ago, a group of believers went to the Iraqi city of Najaf from Iran seeking the highest ranking Shia religious authority, a Sheikh Murtada al-Ansari rahmatullahi alayh. Once they met him, they asked him several questions. The response of the Sheikh to their questions was, "I don't know." They were surprised. They said to him, "When we reach back to our cities and villages, we will have to tell people that Sheikh al-Ansari didn't know the answer to some of our questions." He looked at them and said, "Tell them Sheikh al-Ansari does not know the answer to thousands of questions." Now this demonstrates the epitome of humility and honesty by this great scholar. However, sadly, we come across or practice ourselves the tendency to give definitive answers to everything, from the world of medicine to economy to, of course, Islamic law. In gatherings and discussions, some people feel compelled to give expert viewpoints on a variety of matters when they know themselves they're not in the position to do so. For example, they might give religious rulings or teach people how to perform certain deeds and give the impression confidently that it's 100% correct. Now, why does this happen? Well, maybe it's the ego or peer pressure or the need to be acknowledged or recognized, or indeed the environment we sometimes live in or brought up in. The latter is related to some parenting methods where, for example, the parents, whilst attempting to establish the authority, give the impression to the children that their knowledge is complete and unshakable. Now, this is one of the vices in society that we must stop and indeed avoid. It is liberating when we simply say, "I don't know," and in fact remain silent when I should not be giving an opinion or a verdict. Silence is not a weakness, but rather, according to Islamic teachings, in fact, a sign of intellect and wisdom. So, my dear brothers and sisters, the next time we're in a situation where we feel we need to say something about a particular matter, and we're not experts in that field, perhaps it's wise to either remain silent or simply admit that we don't know, or refer people to those who have the correct knowledge to answer. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is narrated to have said, "May the mercy of Allah be upon the one who fully understands their limits." Number 2, the wife of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, known as Safiya bint Hayy, came complaining to the Messenger of God that people mocked and ridiculed the fact that she used to be from the Jewish faith. The Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him and his family, beautifully told her to dismiss their vain talk and say to them, "I am honored that Harun is my father, my uncle is Moses, and my husband is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam." Now, we sometimes pick up the bad habit of frequent ridicule and mocking of others. We may use nicknames or derogatory terms to address certain individuals, encouraged by people around us, who may not adhere to any faith or teachings, or they believe it to be okay and funny. Surah 49 of the Holy Quran comes down hard on this and commands believers to be vigilant and not transgress the laws of the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala by labeling people in a negative manner or name calling them in a derogatory way. it may well be that they are better than us, the Quran reminds us. So, this Ramadan is a chance for introspection. First, let's ask for forgiveness if we have wronged anyone by name calling them or ridiculing them. And two, let's stop name calling and mockery once and for all, for these are spiritual ills that push us back and are detrimental for the purity of the heart. 3. One of the followers of Imam as-Sadiq alayhi salam was called Suma'a. Once he was angry at an individual and he used foul language to address them. On hearing this, the Imam alayhi salam rebuked him and told him not to use profanity or verbal abuse. Suma'a replied that the man he verbally abused had actually oppressed him. Imam said to him, if he oppressed you, then you have done more than what he did. This is not what any of my Shia would do. Go and seek forgiveness and do not do it again. Now, in many Western societies, the use of profanity and vulgar language is perhaps becoming normalized. This letter word and this other letter word can be heard at schools, places of work, and even at home, unfortunately. Some Muslims have fallen into the traps of shaitan and have developed habits of swearing and using inappropriate terms. This happens when sometimes they're addressing others or in frustration and anger. In Islamic teachings, this is referred to as fahsh. And according to the narration of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, paradise is prohibited for anyone who is a fahish, i.e. swearing regularly. It is a vice disliked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and according to narrations, it results in depriving of rizq and a miserable life. If we encounter people who swear at us, we are encouraged to practice patience and forbearance and develop this as second nature. Imam Ali alayhi salam once told his servant Qambar, who was sworn at and was about to retaliate, "Wait, O Qambar, do not reply to the one insulting you, for if you don't reply, you will please Allah, displease Satan, and punish your enemy." This Ramadan, let's work hard to reform what we say and the words we use, and make it the month of positive change.